the busiest shopping day of the year, and for generations, or for decades anyway, it's been also known as Fur-Free Friday. This is a day when we want to thank Portlanders for not buying fur and encourage people to make this a cruelty-free holiday season. That even fur trim means horrible brutality to animals. Animals trapped on factory farms, fur farms. Animals that are killed in painful steel jaw leg hole traps. Animals in China, where there are absolutely no laws protecting them, being literally skinned alive. And even in this country where there are no federal laws protecting these animals. We need to remind people that this is the beginning of a season that we should be thinking about compassion and having a compassionate holiday. That also includes what we put on our plates and what we eat, and we're encouraging people to make a New Year's resolution to go vegan. Yeah! Starting at Nordstrom's, I want to say a couple of things about Nordstrom's. The Nordstrom's family has made some good choices in the past years. A while back, they gave up their full fur salons. The Nordstrom's family has been educated about the fur issue up to a certain point. In 2006, they made the decision to not carry fur on any of their own line of clothing. So there's still one more step they need to make. Nordstrom's, when we spoke recently with their corporate office, Nordstrom said that they're kind of following their customers, and their customers are demanding fur. Nordstrom's is claiming that they are following the designers in New York that are still carrying fur, and that they're not ready to give up all their fur yet. In Defense of Animals is going to be launching a national campaign against Nordstrom's. Starting today and through Valentine's Day, we're going to be out at as many Nordstrom's as we can be at across the country, educating their customers, because their customers are compassionate. They just don't know what's really happening behind the scenes on these fur farms. And Nordstrom's actually agreed with me on this point. They said their customers aren't compassionate, and it's just a matter of education. And so we're going to be at as many Nordstrom stores as we can across the country from now through the fur season, through Valentine's Day, every weekend. And I want you all to join me on these upcoming weekends. We're going to announce at the end of this March. We're going to be coming out on Sundays. We're going to see when people are available, and we're going to be out here every weekend during the holiday season. So we need Nordstrom to take that last step. They are, of all the retail department stores, they sell less fur than anyone. They've come farther than anyone, and the Nordstrom's family has made some good choices. So they just have one more step to take, and we're going to help them do it. So in just a minute or so, we're going to step out into the street. We're going to have, as we always do, a peaceful police-escorted march past all the downtown stores that sell fur. You're partaking in Fur-Free Friday in Portland. You're among 100 other cities that are doing this all over the country today.
We bring you Yolanda McRib, a person as cold as the ice her field fur coat came from. Yolanda McRib stumbled upon this coat while getting a little shopping done during her trip to Norway.
And here comes Bloody, lovely, beefy McGreedy. Wearing a coat made by sewing together some 55 mink carcasses. Some of these mink were even allowed to live long enough to see their first winter coat. While in fur farms, these normally active creatures are given a 10 by 24 inch cage as accommodations.
We bring you Dee Dee Deathface, straight from the depths of the cruel and vain fashion world, or so she thinks. As you can see, Dee Dee is wearing a dead and rotting coat made out of skins of 20 silver fox. Oh, how this fur could have been so sleek and elegant had it stayed on its original silver fox owners. straight whip. Next fur hagorific model, Mitzi Cares Not, is adorned in soft, cuddly Easter bunny. With 35 rabbits slaughtered to make this corpse coat, I wouldn't expect a basket this spring, Mitzi.
It's ugly, it's cruel, so don't be such a fool! Torture! Makes you look like crap and bite their foot off to be free. Just how vain can you be? Fur, don't buy it, it's murder, don't deny it. It's ugly, it stinks, I think your coat just blinked!
How many people remember when General Motors crash tested their cars on monkeys, pigs, and dogs? They did it for 20 years.
This holiday season, please make it a compassionate one. Please choose not to buy any fur this holiday. You need to know that 50 million animals are killed every year in the fur industry. Even if it's just a little bit of fur trim around a hood, it represents immense suffering. I know firsthand. I worked for 4 months during the pelting season on a fox farm in Illinois. I know what happens behind the scenes. These wild animals lead miserable lives. They're in filthy, tiny cages. They go crazy running the wire, sometimes even cannibalizing each other. And at the end of their short lives, they're cut down with foxes. The industry standard method of killing a fox on a factory farm is anal electrocution, which make their gas crudely and often have their necks snapped by the fur farmer. The farmer that I worked for wasn't even giving the animals adequate water. They were dying of dehydration. This man actually said the first sign of dehydration in a fox is when they're lying in their cage, bleeding out of their rectum. And he didn't even care because he just thought that was one less animal that he was going to have to kill later. This is awful. There's no federal laws protecting fur animals. These animals are still trapped in painful steel jaw leg hold traps, left to linger for days until the trapper comes to beat the animal over the head with a club. Please, make it a compassionate holiday. We're thanking Portlanders for not buying fur. We're here today at Pioneer Place because Juicy Couture inside Pioneer Place used to carry fur. PETA and In Defense of Animals was about to launch a campaign against them, and they saw the light. They decided to take all the fur out of their store.